Yay! Live, hello. Oh, I always forget how far away my mouse is because I have to move how I'm sitting when I'm on camera. Hello. Hi. I feel like, I don't know, I feel weird because it's been a while since I've been live on the channel, but it has not been a while since I've been live in general. I've gone live with patrons, but I haven't gone live on the YouTube channel, so it's been a minute. Hello, how is everyone? It's crazy that we are at 800, and I was going through the lives that I did, and it's been a while since I did a live stream for subscriber milestones. It's been since I think 500, and I was like, ooh, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've just come and chatted, and we've been happy about the growth of the channel and anti-society. So hello, how are we? I hope that everything is good, because again, it's been a while since I've streamed on the YouTubes. And I get nervous about things. But how is everyone? How has your weekend been? Hello, Dina, hi. Hello, Edgar. Welcome to the stream. I feel like there are so many new people now too. So hello if this is your first live stream that you've been to. Again, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. There's been a few new people to the channel. Hello, AB, as well. So this is your first time? Hi, welcome. We are a bit of a chaotic mess here when we do live streams. I never have a plan. I just sort of wing it. So welcome to my channel where I wing things and sort of have a plan, and then the plan usually falls apart slightly, but we still make it work. Hello, Anna. Thank you for the congrats. I mean, congratulations to you guys. It's because you guys have been watching my videos, which is still a baffling concept to my brain. I feel like, I don't know, I still have that part of my brain that's like a little bit panicked that I'll post a video and nothing will happen, which is weird because it's been a while since that's been a thing. But I guess in my brain, I don't know. I guess I've just convinced myself the imposter syndrome, I guess. Hello. Thank you, Edgar, for the congratulations as well. Congratulations to you guys growing the channel. It's been growing crazy recently. I think that's part of the reason I find it overwhelming, is that it's growing faster than I'm used to. I feel like I got used to a certain pace for the channel and like views and stuff like that. And then it kind of went whoop for the last couple of weeks, and I've been like, oh, hang on. So I'm still kind of adjusting. It's a good problem to have, though. I'm not here to complain. Hi, SSS, whose name I'm still not used to because your username used to be different. Hello, thank you for the congratulations. So how has everyone been? I personally have been a human tornado. My life is a little chaotic. So that's where I'm at. I will openly admit that I got ready for this live stream like maybe 20 minutes before going live. So, you know, that's my life status is just making it work, you know? It's okay to just tread water sometimes, you know? So that's where you're at. Am I still friends with Blur? Of course I am. I haven't had time to like properly talk to him in a while. I should though. Cuz we haven't live streamed in a while. We chat, but I haven't been able to like really talk with Blur in a bit, which is sad. We chat though. We message. Just not always in each other's servers. Sometimes we sneak into each other's servers. Yeah, I feel like life has been chaotic for pretty much everyone. Can we agree that the world has been bonkers for like years now? And it's just baffling to me that like things just keep happening. I'm like, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I was like going into 2022, I was like, there is no way that it can't be uphill from here, right? I was like, there has to be a moment when everything can't get worse, right? And then just what even has happened? Like it's been like what, 3 months, 3.5, and everything is still chaotic. I'm like, what? Ugh. Hi, Blur. Look who showed up. We summoned him. We started talking about him, and Blur came out of the woodwork. The world has been bonkers since dinosaurs. I mean, dinosaurs are pretty bonkers too. They're cool, but also they're just like giant birds, and birds are like not the most chill of creatures I've ever encountered. Yeah, congrats from Blur and from me to Anti Society. Look at us growing. We're like a real YouTube channel. Look at us go. Yeah, it's been crazy though. I one thing I will say though is that even though with the chaotic mess that the world has been, boy do I love this channel. I can't tell you the number of times I've been like, thank goodness I can just turn off my brain for a bit and just like watch anime and think too hard about it and then respond to comments where other people are thinking too hard about it or like read comics and just pick it apart in a way that is probably unnecessary, but I think is necessary and people seem to enjoy and just talk about it and just like escape for a little bit. I love that. I love being able to just not with the real world for a second and be able to come. So thank you for being this nice little pocket for me to like escape into. I hope that the channel is that for you guys too, but it also feels a little bit weird. I feel like there's so much going on that I feel like I should be doing more about it, you know? But at the same time, I don't know if I have the capacity. I have a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, and sometimes I just I can't I can't emotionally be involved in everything, which is unfortunate but also good for like my mental health and stuff. So, I hope you guys are finding a good balance too, because I know that it can be difficult on occasion. We are here to celebrate. I feel like I've taken a dark turn. I feel like I've brought some of my trepidation to the stream. 'Twas not my intention. In my defense, Sleep and I are currently in a on and off again relationship, so it may just be the sleep deprivation. Thank you, Edgar. I'm trying. I'm pretty good at taking care of my mental health at this point in my life, but uh it's still, you know, I don't know, you never like fully get over it. That's the thing about like mental health and, you know, mental I don't know, deviations or whatever. Like you never really fix it. You just like manage it. So, it's always kind of up in the air what it's going to be like. Uh, how many hours do I usually sleep? Honestly, I am a I need 9 hours of sleep kind of a person. I'm just going to say it. My body loves sleep. Recently, though, I have been like maybe 6. So you can kind of understand where I'm coming from when I say that I'm tired. Okay? Yeah, because Edgar, you're saying like at least 7 and you feel tired. I'm like maybe 6. Maybe. If I get 7, it's a very good day. I am at, I think, 7 hours of sleep. I could always check. I didn't notice until like the other day because I was talking to one of my friends about how tired I was. And then I checked all of the stats of like, because I track my sleep because I've always had a problem with sleep and I'm trying to figure out what's wrong. And I looked and I was like, wow, that's why it's been like a month since I got 8 hours of sleep. That might be it. It hasn't anymore. I recently got a good night's sleep, but yeah, I'm working on 7 hours of sleep. So that's where I'm at. Hello, VR. Should I call you by your new username? You guys keep changing your names and I get used to the old ones and then I don't know. I also don't know about the accent. I'm always I want to pronounce it French. I don't know if that's appropriate. What are we doing today? I don't know. What do you guys want to do today? There's one thing I did want to bring up, and that is since the channel has been growing quite a bit, we're at 800 plus subs. I think it was at 820 last I checked. What are we gonna do for 1,000? Which is something that apparently I have to think about now, which is mind blowing and exciting, but also like we should probably do something special, shouldn't we? So I thought I would leave that open for discussion for you guys. What should we do for 1,000 subs so I can like plan and maybe do something more exciting than chatting? Ooh, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce. I think it's Chinese. My Chinese is very, very limited. I know a little bit about tones because I had to study tonal languages in school. Throw an expensive party on a yacht? Edgar, I've never been on a yacht in my life. Okay? I've been on a paddle boat, and if it had a motor, you were like a big deal. Okay? I still get baffled when people have like more than one bathroom in their house. Okay, so expensive party for me would be like going to Chuck E. Cheese. That's where I'm at. So, which honestly, an arcade is something I would love to go to. I loved arcades. They had a Batman racing game at the arcade when I was growing up. I loved that thing. It was that and basketball were the ones that I always did. Blur, collab. You can collab. I mean, you could join the stream if you wanted to, but I would not mind a collab. The problem is the moment that you have to collab with people, you have to figure out everybody's schedule. And I'm pretty sure, Blur, we live in there's a bigger time gap between us now. Because didn't you move? I think before we were almost in the same time zone, so it was a little bit easier. AB movie reaction. I have been wanting to do a movie reaction for so long. I think the last one I did was in like November. It's been a while. And the thing is, it takes like I have to have like 2 hours of like uninterrupted time to like sit down. At least when I'm doing like an anime reaction, I can kind of do it in chunks. So I can do it in like 30-minute chunks, which is a little bit easier. Whereas like sitting down for like 2 hours to do a movie reaction is like a little bit harder. But I have like a list of movies that I want to do. I have to do the Bleach ones still. But also there's like a bunch of like Ghibli films that people have suggested. There's some more Satoshi Kon films that I also want to check out. I have a bunch of stuff like that I want to do, but also time. Boy, if I had more of that. And like energy. That's the thing. I'm always like, I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna record a bunch of stuff, and then I get like 2 videos in, and I'm like, I'm so tired. Agree, you sucked at games when you were little? I mean, I would go back and forth. I was like good at certain games and bad at others. I was really good at racing games. I was bad at the basketball game, but that's because it's not the same as playing actual basketball, and I was like I knew how to play actual basketball sort of, but I didn't know how the mini basket thing is like a completely different set of skills. Ooh, I should dress up as a Shinigami. Ooh, that's a cool idea. I know that you can get like hoodies that look like the captains. I found one that was of Kenpachi, and I was like thinking about it. Maybe. Maybe we could do some cosplay stuff. That would be fun. I've wanted to do cosplay, but I am uh one, not wealthy enough to buy it, and two, my sewing machine broke and I'm mad at it, and no, I don't want to talk about it. Or I could make some. Apparently leaving a sewing machine in a leaky basement for like 10 years is a good way to break it. So I could use my mom's, but hers has also been in storage for who knows how long. So, oh, Blur, you're back. Okay. I knew that we were like, there was a huge time skip between us. So it was like weird to sync things up. Play Among Us? I've never played Among Us. So that would be interesting. I'm also like not sure how gaming would really work out live streaming because my internet loves to hate me sometimes. So I think I fixed it mostly. I don't think I've had any issues with it live streaming since. I say that and then knock on wood is when the stream kicks out. We could play some games. We've never played any games on the channel. When I think about it, people have recommended some of them, but I haven't actually done it. Maybe we'll do some games. I feel like I should be writing things down in like retrospect. I think maybe I'll remember. The good thing is that this will be recorded on the channel, so I should be able to come back to it and remember what we talked about. Edgar, you watched Perfect Blue? Perfect Blue has been in my brain. Just sort of every once in a while, my brain will like remind me that that film exists, and I'll just be like, "Oh, that's such a good film." I mean, it's intense. It's a lot, but there's so many things about like it's such a beautifully put together piece of work. Like there's one thing to like have like a really good film from like an entertainment standpoint, and then there's like films that are entertaining and artful, and I love those films so much. I know that makes me nerdy and a little bit pretentious, and I don't care. I love arty films, okay? And I feel like Perfect Blue is one of those films where like it was this beautiful blend of when I got to the end and my brain was just like blown a little bit because it was just really good, but also just the writing, the animation, beautiful. I okay. I love farming games. I'm going to be open about this. If it's a farm simulator, I'm all in, okay? Because anything that is about like being productive and making numbers go up, but also based on like a grid just makes my brain really, really happy. I love farming games. I will spend hours on farming games because I want to have the best crop that's ever existed. I will also play Sims games for like hours and hours. I'm like intense with The Sims, which is also it's like a good thing that my sim game I don't play it enough. So every time I sometimes am weak and I just want to log in, I usually need to install an update, which means that there are a few minutes where I'm contemplating about whether or not I actually want to open my sim game up, and that has stopped me from like descending into like a 10-hour gaming spree of just like going through like an entire career with a sim. So, you know, Yeah, there's some cool things with Perfect Blue and Black Swan. I I have never seen the film version of Black Swan, but I know the ballet. Um, I legitimately love ballet and dance and stuff. I'm one of those weird people when my class was going to see the Nutcracker when I was like, I don't know, 10 or something. I was so excited because I already knew the Nutcracker ballet, and the thought of getting to see it in person was just dazzling to me. So I was super, super excited to go and see it. So I know the play Black Swan, like the ballet. I don't know the film. I don't know how much they sync up, but I do see the similarities, the kind of losing yourself in your art, but also being obsessive about it. Like it's so much of who you are. Now I just want to watch. I want to watch either Perfect Blue or clips from Black Swan. Ugh, I don't hit my mic too much. Thank you, Majin, for the congratulations. Speaking of farm games, have I tried Minecraft? No. I think I would never get out of Minecraft. So I have not played it. I honestly don't play a lot of games because I'll lose myself in them, but games that are kind of like free play, like it's just like you can explore the world however you want and stuff, are dangerous for me. Open world games, too much. I need like a set storyline so that like I'm forced to go through a certain set of tasks and then there's an end point, because if there isn't, I will just live there forever. So that's why I think I usually gear towards like RPGs, because RPGs usually have like a certain storyline. There's times when you can kind of like choose certain things, your decisions kind of change the narrative, but a lot of the time it kind of like walks you through what you're supposed to be doing. And then I try to ignore the side quests, but I usually fail because I love a good side quest, especially if there's a trophy at the end. Um, are there any good online Bleach games? I don't know. Let me put this comment on the screen. Does anyone know if there are good online Bleach games? I think it would be fun to do an online game, because then if we do an online game for a stream, then you guys can play with me instead of just watching me. I think that would be more fun. Especially for like 1,000 subs, to do something like playing with each other as opposed to like just being on my own. Because it's supposed to be like celebrating the community, all of us coming together. So if there are any good online Bleach games, they'd probably be fighting games though, wouldn't they? I'm pretty intense with fighting games. I'm not saying I was the kind of person who would kick people off the edge of a stadium in Smash Bros, but I might have been. Kubo plays Animal Crossing. I only briefly played Animal Crossing. My friend owned it on, I think, DS, and I remember playing it. It was like raining and we were camping, so I was like stuck inside. Um, ooh, are there, I guess there would be YouTube videos about the similarities between Perfect Blue and um Black Swan and what have you. Yeah, ballet is beautiful. I love ballet. It's so hard on your body though. I have so much respect for dancers because I never was that intense, but I remember when I did gymnastics, just kind of like the strain on it, and like to the point where like there's still things that like last. Like there are certain like aches that my body has, like my back and stuff, that just generally ache because of doing gymnastics and just like needing to move in weird ways. Um yeah, people talking about Bleach Brave Souls. Is that a fight online game for Bleach? I think I've heard of it, but like whenever I hear something about Bleach and I don't know exactly what it is, I just like immediately like run away. Like I don't go near the video, I don't go near the news article. I'm like I don't want to know because for a while I didn't want to wander into something, and even now because lots of people are talking about like the stuff that happened in the manga that's going to like they're like what's going to be in the new episodes. I'm like nope, I don't want to know. So, I wouldn't fully know which one was what were games and what were like actual arcs within the manga and stuff and like light novels and things like that. Okay, so Bleach Brave Souls is the online game. Can you play it? Is it multiplayer or is it just uh single? I haven't played any of The Witcher. Edgar, I saw like the first episode, 2 episodes of the show, and was thoroughly confused. And I just wanted a map. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to know what the heck where everyone was, so I could figure out what was going on. Mugen? Probably not saying that correctly. um, Also a game, fighting game. It sounds like. I haven't watched people do gameplay on YouTube in a really long time. I used to, like back in high school, when I had time where I could watch not only could I play video games, but I could watch other people play video games. And now I'm just like, time? Who is she? I don't think we've been properly introduced. Yeah, I think it would be fun if we could play a game all together. I think that'd be more fun than watching me. I mean, you guys watch me all the time, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I feel like I'd be super entertaining gaming because I'm so competitive and I tend to talk when I play video games just by myself. Like I feel like it for a little while I had to kind of get used to talking while watching shows because that's usually not a thing that I do. I'm a very quiet person when I'm watching a show. I'm very like focused. But when I play video games, I'm very vocal, even if I'm like by myself. So I feel like that would be interesting. I'd have to try really hard to like not have a foul mouth. I do tend to uh use certain language while gaming to intimidate the enemy, even if it's just like Yoshi, you know? Okay, Bleach Brave Souls has characters from the final arc, so maybe I can't check it out yet, but maybe eventually. I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna catch up on things. Hi, sacrificial spaghetti. Hello. Um, Before I like move on to your comment, um, yeah, maybe I need to not do it then because if there's characters that I don't know about or abilities, I guess if it's like a fighting game, which I would assume there's some kind of fighting mechanic, if it's Bleach, then I maybe don't need to know. I shouldn't know about certain abilities and stuff. Maybe. Keep it in mind though. We can always come back later. Ooh. Or you can play a reading game, ask the chat to recommend a first chapter of a short comic, then rate the first chapter and so on. That would be kind of fun. I mean, we could do kind of a thing where when we hit like 1,000 um subscribers or something, we could do something where like I have a huge list of things that people have like recommended to me and maybe like to watch later and maybe we could do like first like couple of chapters or first couple of episodes or something, just like a bunch of them and then see what people kind of wanted me to check out next or something. I don't know. Throwing out ideas. Brainstorming. We can always kind of decide closer to the time. I feel like it's going to happen really fast though. I feel like it's gonna sneak up on me. I kind of want to do a live stream, like, so we can watch the number switch. I would love to be able to do that, where I could like share my screen and we could watch the little number go ding when we reach 1,000, because I think that that would be so much fun. Um, but with my luck, it'll happen while I'm sleeping. It'll happen while I'm doing something and I won't even realize it, and it'll be sad. Or thinking of just like rating that beret. I want to say it with I want to say it like in the most French accent. Um, uh, going with the rating thing, I could even do like I know people sometimes recommend things to me and I've seen them, so maybe I could do like a review style thing where I do like a bunch of reviews of stuff that people have like been, hey, can you watch this? And then it's like something I've already seen, something like um I don't know, like Hunter x Hunter or something. Um Bakuno, I know that was one of the shows that I mentioned recently, where I could like sit down and like do a bunch of reviews of stuff that I've seen to kind of give my thoughts, which I haven't really done. Um, a bit unrelated, but do you have my anime list account to keep track of what I've watched and scored? I think I definitely used to have a my anime list account back when I was like 12. I could make one for the channel though, if that would be something people were interested in. If only because I feel like that might be a good way to be like, here are the things that people have already recommended to me too, because I feel like sometimes people are like, hey, can you watch this? And it's something that I already have on my anime list account, because there's the like to watch or like interested thing. Then people could kind of like go and see what stuff is kind of on my list already and then um go from there. Okay, so Devere says, yeah, that Brave Souls has 1,000 Year Blood War characters, so maybe that's something that we put a pin in for right now, and we can come back to at some point. I really don't know, like, if I'm going to from the rate I'm reading the manga. Probably I won't read the manga before the new episodes come out, but I'm trying. I'm trying to like kind of sort of get caught up. Maybe we'll see what happens. We've got time, you guys. I'm not panicking. You are. um, we'll see. Once we get, I guess, more into 1,000 Year Blood War, maybe we'll do Brave Souls, play the game. Okay, so it is multiplayer, so that would be fun. I would love to do multiplayer stuff because I think it would just be more fun to play with you guys and kind of go back. Like I could always make videos of me like playing games and stuff and post it to the channel, but I think it would be more fun for a live stream to like play against each other if they have like rooms and stuff where you could play stuff. Me trying to remember how online gaming works because I haven't done it in a really long time. ASMR. I get so many comments. Hi Oscar, by the way. I get so many comments of people saying that they like my voice, and it really like takes me for a loop because I don't know. I never thought that that would be a thing that I got comments on when I started posting videos. I was always like, I don't know, I didn't really think about my voice. If anything, I thought I would get ones that were like, um, I thought I would get comments about like my voice being annoying or something because I thought that that would be the only mention of my voice that there would be. But continue to get comments of people saying that my voice is like nice or relaxing or that I should do ASMR. I guess I have the voice for it, which is unfortunate because ASMR makes me very uncomfortable. I don't like the idea of someone whispering at me. I dislike it a lot. Could ask viewers not to use characters not in the anime. That's true. True. You guys are really good about spoilers and making sure I don't run into them for Bleach, especially. So maybe it would be a trust exercise. "173 days till October? Wow, you counted, Devere. Look at you go." I'm just like, eventually. I try not to think about it too much because I feel like as a reactor, I feel like, um, I don't know. I feel somewhat pressured. the closer shows come to fruition. What I really need to do is just like batch things. I feel like I keep trying to do too many things. If I could just like sit down for a day and just like read a bunch of the Bleach manga, record it, and have it already done. In a perfect world, that would be a thing that I did. But we'll see what happens. I am like I am motivated this week to get my life somewhat together. So that's where we're at. Yeah, I mean we could um just play levels with characters up to full bring. I feel like isn't there stuff though, and this is what people have told me, like some of the stuff in full bring arc is like continued later on. Um and I feel like anything with like Aizen would probably be difficult because I'm assuming he comes back at some point in the near future because I don't believe for a second that he's just gonna like stay in the little prison thing in Soul Society. He's Aizen. He's scheming something. He has a plan. I'm just waiting for it to like come out of the woodwork. Do, 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 do. Blair's voice is soothing. Agreed. I don't know if he's still around, but Blair does have a good voice. See, for me though, I think part of the reason I thought I would get comments about my voice being annoying, one, because we all think our own voice is annoying, but two, I have like a feminine voice, and I find voices that are much lower more soothing to listen to. So when people say that my voice is like nice, I'm like, really? Isn't it like an octave too high? But I mean, yeah, also it's my voice, so I'm going to like cringe when I hear it anyway because like, your voice just sounds weird when it's like through a mic as opposed to like when you just hear it. Um there is an AniTubers channel named Volume 1 Podcast. They select manga recommendations by subs and discuss the first volume. Ooh, I'll have to check it out then. I mean, obviously for stuff that I've already read, but that sounds cool. Yeah, we could do something like that where I just kind of like speed around, go through stuff. Um, Especially since there's like stuff I've read or I know the story of. If you, Blur, and Judy select a webtoon to read, then just make a vid discussing the first volume. That would be kind of fun, actually. I feel like I get too invested though. I feel like I would read the first few chapters and then I would have to know what happens. I just have that personality, you know? I even had it with Bleach where we had to like we were skipping over like filler stuff. There was a part of my brain that just hated the idea of skipping episodes. Even though I knew I was like going to come back, my brain was just like, "But I need to know all of it. I need to know all the things." So, I feel like that would just be a disaster waiting to happen because next thing I knew I'd be like reading like 20 different like webtoons or manga series simultaneously. I think one thing though I do need at some point to collab with Blur so we can talk about solo leveling here on the channel. I'm waiting until I get a little bit farther in it because that's on Patreon. But I'd love to like get to just have like an open discussion so that you know you don't have to be on Patreon for us to like chat about it, but also I need to vent to someone and I feel like Blur is the person. I need to just have somewhere I'm like, what the heck was that? So hopefully I can get a bit farther in it and then we can have some discussions about it. Who do I think is the strongest current captain? I have no idea. Uh I don't know. I feel like my initial instinct was Shinsui, but I think that's just because I find his power intriguing and I don't really know what all of the capabilities are of it. It's very like adaptive. So, unless we're counting like the head captain. I don't know. I find Shinsui's ability intriguing, and I haven't seen enough of it yet for me to like fully grasp its full capabilities. Also, I feel like the fight that I saw with him, and I won't go into details about it just in case nobody's caught up, but I feel like he didn't fully commit, you know? Ugh, I'm behind on the chat. Ah. Also, hello to anyone I haven't said hello to. Hi. Just in case you're watching and you don't want to comment. Hi, hello. Thank you for coming. You can make private lobbies in Brave Souls. That's cool. Okay, so you can like actually kind of like separate them. Because that's one thing too, is like if I was gonna do online stuff like against you guys, ooh, as I just like whack my desk with my my mug, I'd want it to be so that like if it would be a game with us, you know? It wouldn't be like random people coming in. I'd want it to be with anti-society, not to be, you know, uninclusive. But some people in online games are intense, and I just want to live in our nice little bubble that we have. Chair some for Aizen. I still can't get over the fact that people compare me to Aizen. It's the glasses, isn't it? I'm also glad I'm starting the Zanpakuto arc. I need to get back to it. Can you tell that I don't have my life organized? My reactions have been all over the place. I don't think there's been any real schedule in a minute. And I apologize, but we'll get there. Um do a fights tier list? That's right. We haven't done a tier list in a while. I wanted to do one that was like just Bleach because we did like general anime characters, but I'd love to do one that was like just Bleach or even like villains. I'd love to do one that was villains because I'd love to just like have interesting tiers, you know, like I feel like last time I didn't have enough diversity in my tiers and have enough nuance to how I felt about the characters. So we could do some more tier lists. I like tier lists, even though I feel like low key judged with every decision I make. That's the internet, though, isn't it? Am I liking solo leveling? Am I liking solo leveling? It's so good. It's like it's way better than I ever expected it to be. I knew that people really liked it and there was like a lot of hype around it, but at the same time, I was like, I mean, you know, it's got the game mechanics. I've read that story before, but it's so good. The artwork is great. I love Jinwoo so much. He's changing so much though, so I don't really know how I'll feel. I won't get into it because y'all should read it. Um, but I find him such an intriguing character because he is very like strategic, like mind kind of based as opposed to like just being physically strong. And I'm always drawn to those characters and like the way to like puzzle solve and stuff like that. I feel like there's some interesting ways of like how fights and stuff are choreographed around more like puzzles and problem solving and stuff like that. So I'm loving it. You're worried I'll tear up Totoro? Never. I love him too much. My sweet darling. Haven't had to needed his well, their support for a little bit. Not quite as intense in things. Though sometimes. I guess Vinland Saga. But that show's always intense. So yeah, see that's the thing. SSS. I'm like, I feel like Shinsuke, I've only seen like the tiniest bit of what he's capable of. You know, like I've seen the tip of the iceberg, but I don't really know what's lurking under the surface. So I feel like maybe him. I see a lot of potential. What's my favorite power system in anime or manga? Hmm. I think I'm torn. I want because part of me is like gonna be my obnoxious FMA fangirl and just say alchemy. But I think it's probably like Nen in Hunter x Hunter. I love the diversity of it, and I love that it's not just a power like it's not just like a fighting mechanic, like it's not just for combat. There's like it permeates everything in the world, which I love. I love that it's so intertwined into how the world works. Uh, I'm behind on the chat. That like never happens. There are a few people here. Hi. I'm gonna have to get used to uh more people, which means more comments. Tower of God is like Hunter x Hunter if Hunter x Hunter had fulfilled its potential. I love Hunter x Hunter. Also, I'm sad that it's just like not finished. I understand why. I just, you know, I would like more of it. Discord member tier list? I would never. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sit here and judge anti-society like that. I'm not gonna single people out. Um, Brotherhood is a perfect example of how to end a story. I disagree, but you can have your own opinions. I have a few issues with how Brotherhood ended, but it also wasn't my first storyline with Fullmetal Alchemist though. So I think that I was never gonna like it the way that I liked the 2003 adaptation. I'm sure if that was your first version of it or you were a fan of the manga, that you had a different experience with it. So I just accept that I'm biased and I do think I have like legitimate problems with it though. I'm still mad at what they did with Scar. I think that that's like one of my biggest things. I think Scar's ending is not good. And that's in Brotherhood. Edgar, do I have any controversial, unpopular anime opinions? By goodness, do I? Boy, do I. There are some popular shows that I do not like, but I respect them. I don't think there's any shows, like really popular shows, where I say, like, I don't like them, that I don't, like, understand why other people like them. I think that that's kind of the difference, is there's, like, things where, like, if their show was, like, trash in my brain and it was super popular, I think I would just be a rage monster because I'd be like, "Why? Why?" Um, but I don't think there's any anime that I'm like, "Oh, I really don't like that, but it's popular," but I'm like, "I understand why other people like it, it's just not my thing." Which is, like, a different, take on it, I guess. Respectfully. Respectfully dislike someone's favorite show. Do do do. Comments about manga and webtoons and stuff. I didn't know that the author of Solo Leveling had other stories. I mean, I guess they would, but also like they take a lot of time. You know, as someone who knows how much time making comics takes, it's a lot of work. Hunter x Hunter is the best ending in anime, the non-existent one, the one where I get to make up whatever I want just to make myself feel better. Yeah, Edgar, I agree. I feel like the comedy is a little bit weird in Brotherhood. I mean, there's comedy in the '03 show as well. I feel like Brotherhood is like far more in the normal shonen anime vein. Like it fits in to that genre a bit more than the '03 show did. They're both shonen, obviously, but I feel like the '03 show left a lot of the kind of shonen tropes and did its own thing. Um, and there's like basically no fan service in it, which I think is amazing. But I may be in the minority of that one, which is remarkable given that there's a character called Lust and she's like never like explicitly doing fan service in the '03 show, which is mind-boggling. Like her name is Lust. Never seen the '03 version, but it wasn't complete. It was complete in that it's its own individual story. It didn't complete the source material because the source material wasn't done yet, so it just did its own thing. So it's an anime only storyline mostly. The beginning, like the first like 10 episodes, is pretty much the manga, with some side stories thrown in, like almost like bonus chapter things. Um, but it's mostly anime only. So it is complete within its like own contained narrative, especially if you watch the film, which is like the proper ending to it. More things that I have a bunch of stuff on my list of VR. We'll get to it someday. Someday. For example, example of my controversial anime opinions. I mean, I have a few. I think probably my most controversial that is topical is that I watched the first season of Attack on Titan, didn't like it. Never watched any more of it. I watched the first season when it came out, or like right after it had come out, and not my thing. I heard that it changes quite a bit. I've heard that the Attack on Titan now is quite a bit different than, early Attack on Titan. Um, Unfortunate, I would have to like go through the beginning to find that out. Maybe I would turn around on it again. I watched it when I was like what 16. I probably have a different opinion now. Don't take shots at Soul Eater. I adore Soul Eater, even though the second half is not my favorite. I adore the world though, and the character designs, the soundtrack, beautifully done. I have such a love for the first half of Soul Eater. I think the second half is like it goes off manga a little bit. I've wanted to check out the manga of Soul Eater for a while because I think that it's different from the anime, and I would love to just like have a better version. Have I watched Hellsing Ultimate? I have not. I know a bit about what Hellsing is, but I haven't actually watched any of it. Togashi will finish Hunter x Hunter before George R. R. Martin. I mean, anything's possible. I feel like George R. R. Martin is like terrified to finish Game of Thrones given how the show uh was not received well at the end. I would also be scared because you have to like completely rethink what you were doing. You know what not to do. Whether or not he takes that to heart, I don't know. Oh, I didn't know one of the authors for Baccano was also on the Bleach novels. Hmm. Baccano is one of those shows I feel like I need to rewatch now that I know how. Now I have the whole story, and I feel like I need to rewatch it with like the context because that show is kind of confusing. I feel on like first watch. If I had done reactions on it, I would have just been confused the whole time, and I'm sure that you guys would have been mad at me. Have I seen Tokyo Ghoul? Yes, I saw Tokyo. I watched Tokyo Ghoul, and I think maybe some of the like sequel series, but I was super confused. I had no idea what was going on. Um, I feel like I like the aesthetic of Tokyo Ghoul far more than the story. I love Uda though. Uda's like my favorite character. In like aesthetically, beautiful. I have like so many reference photos of him because I'm just like the aesthetic. Also wrote Durada. There's too many R's in that word. I have not seen that. I know that they are related though. Yeah, I don't think same Ghost Princess. I don't find fan service interesting at all. Um, I feel like the only time I ever let people get away with fan service if it's making fun of the fact that fan service exists. I think it's the only time. Oh, season one was the best season. Well, that would uh that would be unfortunate given my opinion of the first season. But other people seem to love it, so let them have their thing. I think my big thing with Attack on Titan was that I wanted more travel. I wanted more exploration, and it just wasn't a thing. Which I mean, I get like mechanic like within the narrative would it like make sense. Like going outside of the city is a really extremely dangerous thing to do. But I don't know, they're like scouts and stuff, and I just thought I would get to explore outside more. Get to see other pockets of humans and what have you. Um I'm gonna take shots at the Fate series. I won't take shots at the Fate series because I feel like uh it's not right to hit someone when they're already down, you know? I have a lot of opinions about Fate as well. I don't know if that is as controversial though, because I feel like Attack on Titan is such a popular show and so many people adore it, and it's even like the gateway anime for a lot of people, I feel like. So it's a little bit I feel like Fate is one of those shows that people either like adore or like just it never gets on their radar. Attack on Titan's first season was 2013. Oof. I feel so old. That was almost a decade ago. Ugh. No shots at Monogatari. I don't know if I know that show. I might know if I saw pictures. I don't know if I'll know the name. That's one of the things of being like in the anime community. So I feel like I recognize characters and stuff, but then I don't know what show they're from. I just know the pictures from like fan art and stuff. What name would my Zanpakuto have? I have no idea. That's an interesting. I guess I would have to figure out what ability it would be, and then I could decide on a name. I feel like the name should be attached to what it could do. Ghost Princess, do I watch One Piece? I have never seen an episode of One Piece. All I know is it has pirates and there's a character named Zoro. That's all I got. And I only know that because I know who Zoro is in like films like Mask of Zorro and stuff like that. Hello. Hi. Ooh, it has already been an hour. Goodness gracious. I'm gonna have to leave soon because food. Lunchtime where I am. Hello. Um, Edgar, controversial opinion that Silent Voice had better character drama and writing than Your Name. I agree. Look, I love Your Name. I do. Did I cry? Yes. Was I totally invested? Yes. Did it throw me for a loop with all the reveals and stuff? Absolutely. Do I love Silent Voice more? Absolutely. Silent Voice is one of my favorite anime films I've ever seen. And I'm just sad that it doesn't get talked about more. But I'm also biased because anytime that hearing impairment gets good representation in media, I am immediately intrigued because I grew up with someone. My brother has a hearing impairment. So every time there's good representation of a character with hearing impairment in stuff, I'm like, yes, thank you. Explain to the world what it's like. So I loved Silent Voice. And I think the pure talent involved with the animators to have a character that doesn't speak, to be able to emote and have a full personality and character, like the talent involved in that. Just I have so much appreciation for the animators on that because that cannot be easy. I should take a look at the prologue for Thousand Year Blood War. I've definitely okay, some people are like, you should at least check out some of the chapters before the episodes come out, and I'll think about it. It'll have to be closer to the actual time though. Maybe I'll check out a few chapters of the actual Thousand Year Blood War story before the episodes. Um, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get some motivation and I could just binge read some stuff, but we'll see what happens. I have no idea. It's honestly easier to do like comic and manga reading reactions because I cut them up. I can just stop at any point and then I can just stitch the videos together and you would never know, which may or may not have happened before. So I could sit down for like 10 minutes and read and then take a break because I have other things to do. We'll see if I end up reading into Thousand Year Blood War before the episodes come out. I don't know. Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie. I mean, for cameos, I haven't seen it. I've heard it's been stealing records and but also not paying people enough. So some controversy on that one. With the voice actors and what have you, the drama of it all, which I'm sad about because voice actors already don't get paid enough for what they do. Actors in general, for like lower stuff, unless you're like Tom Cruise, you're probably not getting paid enough. One Piece does have over 1,000 episodes, which is ridiculous. But I mean, if you love what you do, who am I to tell you to stop? Apparently, doesn't the author just adore making comics? So who am I to tell him to not do what he loves? So what did I decide for celebration? Yeah, for I mean, I think for 1,000 subs, it looks I like the idea of some Soul Reaper cosplay. I would love that. I would love to get something to become Shinigami. I think that that would be fun. I don't know how I would do it. Let me think on it. Um, maybe we'll do a game of some kind. Um, I might. I don't know. I might pre-record some stuff that maybe will get posted. I don't know. Maybe we'll do like maybe some extra videos. But I don't know. Rule number one of any tubers don't criticize Dragon Ball, the big three, Hunter x Hunter, Attack on Titan. Yeah. And I mean, I will criticize them. As much as I love like Hunter x Hunter, I have thoughts. Um, Dragon Ball is a huge bit of nostalgia. Also have some criticisms. Big three, don't get me started. I mean, I haven't seen One Piece, so I have no judgment. Um, I mean, I have criticisms about Bleach, and I still adore it, but that doesn't mean that I am blind to the fact that there are things in it that I'm like, hang on. And not all of that is like writing wise. Like, I don't think that's like a manga thing a lot of the time. Some of it's just like they have to slow down stuff because they can't catch up to chapters and then it feels weird. So it's like mechanical. It feels weird in like retrospect, but I'm sure like at the time it was less intrusive. I'm also like watching multiple episodes within like a week, which is like different than watching it week to week, so it'll feel different. I mean, Ghost Princess, I probably should watch One Piece because I love pirates. I love a good swashbuckling tale. So I'm sure that I would love it. As long as it wasn't like really, I don't know. I might not. There might be some things that I have issue with, but I do love pirate stories, so who's Zanpakuto is my favorite? I have no idea. I think maybe Renji's because I don't know, I like his. Or maybe Hisagi. One of those. Shinji's is cool as well though. Yeah, I cried during Silent Voice 2, Edgar. It's so good, but it's also heavy. Bleach has a character involving hearing impairment? Interesting. I look forward to it. Not to someone having hearing impairment in general, but representation. Oscar, who's your favorite Bleach character and why is it Mayuri? Don't make me come don't make me come through my screen. Have I seen Bleach live action? I have not. It's on Netflix, is it not? I've heard that it's like remarkably good, which is alarming. We never get good live action anime adaptations, like ever. So the fact that people seem to like it and have recommended that I watch it is a little unsettling. But now I have to know though. I'm too curious not to know. How about Mayuri cosplay? No. Not only because it would terrify me to like see my own reflection, but also that'd be so much work. I feel like you'd need like yeah, you have to like build a bunch of stuff. I haven't built a mask in a really long time. I feel like there'd be a lot to doing Mayuri's a cosplay of Mayuri, and I don't know if I'm ready for the commitment. I feel like at least with the Soul Reaper, it's like basically just the clothing. Um, yeah, people have said like the Bleach live action is like legitimately good, and I'm like, really? I live in a world where that's not possible. We just laugh at them from a distance. Thank you, John. Yes. Gintama has a good I haven't watched any of Gintama, so I probably didn't come across people talking about the live action. Maybe I'm just scarred after Death Note, you know? Everything after that, I'm like wary. Yeah, Ghost Princess, I feel like it's one thing to get into One Piece now when there's already 1,000+ episodes, and it's another thing to be watching it week to week because you kind of don't realize that you've seen so many episodes because you're just watching one episode a week or a couple of episodes a week. Um, so it's a little bit different than like trying to like binge it all now. I feel like once I got into it though, I wouldn't really notice. I've watched Doctor Who, okay? Even the classic stuff. So I know what it means to commit to a lot of episodes. I committed to 50 years of story for Doctor Who. I'm sure I could survive One Piece if I actually want. I mean, I would want to do reactions to it because I know people have asked me to. So, um I think that would be the only thing is that it would be a bunch of time, like extra time added to it. It's not just like sitting down and binging a bunch of episodes. It'd be like sitting down and filming and editing and posting and stuff like that. So that's mostly my hesitation because that would be a lot of my time. I'd have to figure out what was like filler stuff. Because I would probably skip over filler, maybe go back like I did with Bleach. Just because then if people don't want to see filler stuff, then like my reactions to filler stuff and they don't have to. Um so maybe in the future. There's so many things I would love to bring to the channel, but again, time. I only have so much time. Yeah, I agree. There are some decent Japanese live action adaptations. I feel like when the West tries to do anime, it just falls apart. They just don't quite get there, do they? I mean, we don't do we even need to mention Bebop in this conversation because what the heck was that? I've only seen clips of it and I'm like, what am I even looking at? Spy Family will impress me. I am so AB. I'm so excited about Spy Family. I've seen one episode and I'm already super excited about what that series is going to be. It's like it's all of the things that I love put together. I'm just waiting. Like I feel like they're going to blindside me by like introducing another element that I love in anime, and I'm just gonna lose my mind. I forgot that Death Note Netflix existed. Good for you, Edgar. You should pretend that it doesn't exist. It's a whole thing, which I feel a little bit sad about because Willem Dafoe is in it, and he's legitimately like a great actor. I don't know if he's in that movie because again, I've only seen clips of it because I don't hate myself. I don't put myself through painful situations if I don't have to. Um, but I'm sure that he could have been great. Whether or not they gave him the space, I don't know. Read the manga version of Burn the Witch. I should, AB. I definitely should. Um, at some point. We'll see when that happens. Yeah, that I agree. Sacrificial Spaghetti. They do try to make it for a wider audience. I feel like not only do they try to make it for a more general audience, but they also try to do too much story. Like they try to do like a whole arc and condense it into like an hour and a half. And I'm like, no, we spent like we spent at least like 12 hours establishing this arc in the anime or like hours of manga chapters to get to this point. You cannot condense it into an hour and a half and expect it to work. Um, so I feel like it's it can be really wonky, especially like I don't know. I don't see the problem with like doing your own thing in live action things. Like I would have loved for the Bebop series if they had done Cowboy Bebop World, but they had done like other side stories because there's so much room in that world to do other stuff because there's not it's very like episodic in the anime. There's lots of space in between stuff happening. So you could put in other stories that just like happen around the events of the anime, and I think that that would have been a lot of fun, and you could have shed some of the weight of like what Cowboy Bebop is and like what it means in the anime community, and just like done your own thing. Um, so I feel like that would have been more fun with like live action things to just kind of do your own story that kind of like fits in a pocket of like the timeline of the anime as opposed to like trying to adapt something that's already been animated because I feel like there's too much weight to that. Um, so yeah, toy animation is not nice to people recently. It hasn't been. Toy has been through some things. So I don't know. I almost like anyone else just giggle when I heard that they got hacked. Like I feel bad because like it's not like the animators' fault. Like I know that this affected like all of the people that just like work for Toei Animation and they're just doing their job and trying to like get paid and stuff like that. Um so I feel bad that like the hack affected them and their work and stuff like that. But like from a company standpoint, I couldn't help but snicker because they're like they're not great. They're not great, are they? Uh isn't that why like One Piece is like was on hold for a little bit? I don't know if it's airing again. Like there's new stuff coming out again, but um wasn't there like a brief hiatus for some stuff with Toei? And that's true, Edgar. One Piece does have a very distinct style to it in terms of like the aesthetic of it. So, do I have an anime watch list? I do not, John. Apparently I should though. Apparently I should make a like my anime list or something. I think that would be kind of nice though for you guys to kind of see like what I've watched already, what I'm planning to watch, like things that people have suggested, so that you can kind of see my take on things. I have seen quite a few anime in my time, um, so I think that might be nice to kind of have a list that you guys can just go to and know kind of what stuff I've seen and my ranking, I guess, of it. If you're interested in that, I don't know. I'm still baffled that anyone cares about my opinion. So, um, Attack on Titan and Fullmetal Alchemist live actions were questionable. I didn't know that Attack on Titan had a live action. I feel like that'd be really hard to pull off because Titans. I feel like it'd be really easy to make those look wonky in live action. Um, but the FMA live, oh boy, oh boy, aren't you glad that for the anniversary of the manga, they were like, you know what you need? Two more live action films. And I was like, no, what I want is more manga. Why can I not have bonus chapters for the anniversary of the manga? Why would I want a film? Who are my favorite YouTubers? Maybe I have a lot of favorite YouTubers. I feel like I'm kind of old school with my YouTubers because I started watching YouTube 2008, 9. So I feel like a lot of my favorite YouTubers are like back when. Um, I do watch a lot of them though. I have such a soft spot for Hank Green. I feel like he's probably my favorite YouTuber. He's just like sciency and nerdy, and sometimes he sings drinking songs from The Hobbit. It's just good stuff. It's a dovetailing of all of my interests. But he's like old school. Do people still watch Vlog Brothers? I don't even know. I'm old. Yes. Can we can be angry at corporations. Definitely. Yeah, Toei is not doing great in terms of their opinion of in the anime community, which is unfortunate. Like why would you be rude and confrontational with people that enjoy your stuff? Like why make waves with your fans? I don't understand, but especially people who are just like reviewing your stuff. Like I don't understand why they're taking down reviews of their shows. Like wouldn't you want people to be reviewing and talking about your shows? There's so much hype around that. Like I know I watch reviews. Like I watch like Glass Reflection for years because I want to know what he thinks about stuff. Also, he's Canadian, so I'm a little bit biased. But like even though I disagree with his opinions sometimes, like we have very different tastes in anime a lot of the time. Um I always I like to go to reviewers, especially before I started doing reactions. And I was like, I just want to know what I should be watching. Like a few weeks, like a month into like a new season, I would just like watch reviews. So I don't know why Toei is being like awful to reviewers because that was like how I found shows. Um, it just seems like a bad idea, like bad PR. for no reason. Like, wouldn't you want the free advertising? I don't understand. Especially since they're not like I don't know. It seems like a bad business plan, but apparently my opinion is not valid in this. Don't want me to use my anime list? I mean, I don't know what the best Annie list is better. I don't know. What would be the best platform for that? I don't really care either way. I don't really know what's out there, like anime tracking sites that you can like share your stuff in. Because I haven't used one in a long time. So open to suggestions on that one. Maybe I'll do like a poll or something and people can kind of choose which one they prefer. I should read the webtoon Viral Hit. I've seen that Blur has been reading it, so it has caught my eye. Because I get notifications about which videos he's putting out. And I can't watch most of them because I don't want to get spoiled on something if I'm gonna make videos about it. But I've seen that he was doing reactions to that one, so maybe I can check it out. I would like the anime Beautiful Bones. Never heard of it. But I can certainly check it out maybe at some point. I have such a long list of stuff. I will get to things eventually. You just looked up searched images of the Attack on Titan live action. Hang on. Attack on Titan live action. I want to know what the Titans look like. Because I feel like it'll be bad. I feel like my reaction shouldn't be giggling when I see the Titans. I feel it should be fear, you know? It should be like, oh no, Titans! But the fact that I am just cackling because they look ridiculous. Wait. What is this? Oh, God. I'm like tearing up a little bit from laughing. Whew. I feel like I could not take that movie seriously if I watched it. Ghost Princess, I'm not much of a shipper, to be honest. Honestly, in all honesty, between like who I would ship with Ichigo, honestly, neither. I am a not Rukia nor Orihime shipped with Ichigo kind of person. So take from that what you will. So thank you, Billy, for the congratulations. You have no idea who I am. Thank you anyway. What a nice thing to say for someone you don't know. I'll take it. Yeah, I agree. Toya uses copyright as a weapon. I mean, the thing is though that like Japanese fair use law is so different from like other places, especially like North America. And you know, I'm not a lawyer. This isn't legal advice. A little disclaimer there, but it is very different, and it definitely doesn't have the same thing where like the burden is on the company to prove copyright infringement. So it makes it really hard for creators to fight it because a lot of the time they don't have anybody to back them up. And if you don't have someone to back you up against a giant corporation like Toei, you just back out, right? Because what are you gonna do? So it's definitely unfortunate, but for now it's legal, so cursed. I agree, it is cursed. I don't know why that's it's only the first things you look up Attack on Titan live action, and I can't stop laughing. I might save that picture of the Titan so I can, if I ever need a good laugh, I'm having a bad day. Just look at that picture and laugh myself into tears. It has a sequel? Goodness gracious. Ichigo should be with Tatsuki? I mean, I do like Tatsuki. I don't really know. See, here's my thing with shipping Ichigo with anyone. Ichigo legitimately doesn't seem romantically interested in anybody, in my opinion. And that's my thing. I know that there are characters that like Orihime who are like romantically interested in him, but it doesn't feel like he's interested in anyone else. So I don't want to ship him with someone that he doesn't seem interested in. I'm not just gonna like smush two characters together, be like, now kiss, you know? I like when there's like a back and forth vibe, and then maybe I ship people. Um, but I feel like Ichigo legitimately doesn't seem interested in anybody, and I'm like, that's okay. Maybe he isn't. Maybe he hasn't found someone that he has that vibe with. Maybe he has other things on his mind, saving the world and what have you. Um, so I don't ship Ichigo with anybody because he just doesn't seem interested in the prospect, and I respect that. Ichigo should be with Tan Kananji. That would be a crazy pair up, and also an odd age gap. So I'm gonna have to leave soon. So I said I was gonna leave soon like half an hour ago, and then I didn't because I enjoy chatting. But I like legitimately have to go make lunch soon. So final questions before I have to leave in like 2 minutes. I love that Tatsuki punched Ichigo. Yeah. In general. I feel like it's justified. I feel like sometimes Ichigo is like doing things that really a punch is the way to get through to him, because he's very stubborn. So I feel like he would he doesn't know sometimes unless you really make it obvious to him. True. Sacrificial spaghetti. I feel like Ichigo does hide his interests a lot. But I feel like also he's just had stuff going on, He's had a lot of things going on in his life and he's been very focused on that. And I just feel like romantic stuff just isn't something that's has his full attention, And Ichigo seems like the kind of person where like he likes to give his full attention to things. He doesn't like to kind of dabble in lots of things. He has a lot of focus on what's like directly in front of him. And I feel like if he decided at some point that he wanted a romantic relationship, he would focus in on it. And it would be like something that he was like very much trying to make work. Whereas I feel like he doesn't really have time during the show because his life is chaotic or he's like going through personal. So like it's probably okay for him to not be interested. Just saying. Oh my gosh, Ichigo is a dad? I mean, he already has dad vibes. We know what he was like with Nell. Ichigo has like exasperated dad vibes normally, but if he was like legitimately a dad, he would be so like if he had a daughter, that daughter would never be able to date anybody ever. Can you imagine going to pick up your date and Ichigo is her dad? Like it would never happen. It would be terrifying. Cuz at least like Ishin is like friendly exterior, but he's got his eye on you, So he's like approachable, but also you're a little bit wary. I feel like Ichigo like wouldn't even put on a facade. Like he would be like just glaring them down, you know? That's true also. He's very protective of his sisters, so I feel like it would transfer to a child that he had. Hey, I have to go though and make lunch. It has been pleasant. Thank you for coming and chatting with me. Congratulations to Anti Society for being 800 plus strong and giving me lots of ideas for what to do for 1,000, which is coming. And I'm not freaking out, you're freaking out. I'll have to figure out exactly what I'm going to do for it. I'll probably have some more conversations in like the Discord and stuff about actually deciding what we're going to do. And I will see you soon. I mean, obviously, uh, I will see you soon anyway because you will see videos of me on the channel and I'll be around. But goodbye for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, rest of your week. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.